Alright, how you doing, guys? This video I'm going to show you how to clean up your dimensions, and I'll kind of go over the dimensioning itself, show you some little tricks and things like that. Now with my dimensions, this is my level 1 dimensions, first level floor plan, and there's a couple things I got to clean up here. One is, well, let me tell you first of all what we need on our dimensions is we need 3 lines on 2 sides and then only 2 lines on these other 2 sides. Now that's depending upon the complexity of your design. But typically on this one, on a simple design, it's 3 lines, 3 stages, I guess, of or 3 courses of dimensions. This outside dimension line, this one is for the overall dimensions, and you measure from the outside of this wall to the outside of this wall, and as you can see, that's where my line stops. Okay, and that's where my line stops. This line in the middle, this is going to be what we call major walls. Major walls are considered any interior walls that come in contact with the exterior wall. Okay, so I start at the very end on the outside face of the exterior wall, and I draw my line, and then I mark right here everywhere in the middle of these interior walls. Okay, every interior wall that comes in contact with the exterior wall. Okay, so we'll call those major walls. The inside line here, this is our doors and windows, and again it starts all the way at the face of the exterior wall and goes all the way to the exterior face on the other side, and as you go along you're catching the middle of all windows and doors. And over here you can see where I have doors. One door right there actually, and then another door over here. And the garage door. Okay, so that's how you would lay those dimensions out. Now when it comes to cleaning them up, or actually first you're probably asking me, how do you know how far away from the building to pull your lines? Well, I typically use my overall line at 8 feet. I do my major walls line at 6 feet and my doors and windows at 4 feet. And to do that, I use temporary, let me find it here, temporary detail lines. And I'll just click on detail lines. I don't care what color it is or anything like that. But as I draw those lines, I'm going to draw them, draw this one 8 feet out. Okay, and that'll basically give me a marker of where I need to draw or where I need to pull this dimension line out to. Then I'll do another line at 6 feet out, and that'll show me where I need to pull that major walls line out to. And then I'll do another one at 4 feet out, and that'll show me where I need to pull my doors and windows dimension line out to. And then afterwards I just delete these temporary detail lines. Okay, now cleaning up our lines. Now over here you see I have an area where originally these extension lines all kind of extended in here and they all crossed over one another. So what to do there is you want to pull these extension lines back so that they're not all crossing one another. People looking at the plans, they know what you're getting at when they see, this right here is the middle of this window, obviously. So things like that are pretty obvious. And how you go about cleaning them up is right here. I'm going to show you, let's do on this side. And I'm going to draw a temporary line to show me where to pull my extension lines out from the house. You see here, when you measure the center of these interior walls, these major walls, then the extension line attaches to the house, and we don't want that. Okay, they should all look just like this and be a little bit pulled away from the house. Whatever the the setting is in your computer. I think these are set at 1/8 of an inch, or not 1/8 of an inch. I can't remember what they're set at, but anyway, it's set that way by default. And you don't have to do anything. Just go ahead and accept what is default, and unless your company requires you to do it at a different distance away from the house. So what I'm doing is I'm drawing this temporary detail line. I'm just going to fully draw it so I don't get it mixed up with anything else. I'm going to draw it all the way outside there, and I'll know what I need to come back and delete. Okay, I'm going to hit the escape button a couple of times. Now, when you click on these extension lines, you just come in here, click. Let's pull it back right here to that line that you just created, that detail line. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect, because no one's going to really see it that closely. You know, some people might, I don't know. But pulling it back to that temporary dimension line. We don't have any lines that touch the building, kind of like we're not supposed to have. And now, of course, all I do is I select that temporary line and just delete it. I don't need it for anything else. Okay, typically Windows, the inside of Revit will, I guess they're set to default a little bit further out. I don't know why. I don't know if that's required, but I just kind of leave them like they are. But you see here, I've cleaned up all of my extension lines. None of them are crossing. Okay, none of them are touching each other. None of them are touching the building. All right, and then I'm good to go. So I'll do that all the way around. Okay, and that is that.